Video 10.6, Boulay's First Prize Fugue, 1897. Josephine Boule was enrolled as a child at the National Institute for the Young Blind. And so she spent her entire childhood and teenage years at this institute. There she was trained in organ, and when she graduated from the institute, she transferred to the Paris Conservatory. She was a top student. It took her a long time to get through some of the classes, perhaps because the mechanics of turning in written work for a blind student are difficult. You need either a modern system of Braille notation, which was not in use, or at least not very common at that time, or you need an amanuensis, that is a live human being, to write down what you do and then turn it in. So that seems to be the case with blind students participating in the Fugue contest, that they would compose the fugue in their mind and someone would transcribe it for them. Perhaps for that reason, Boulay's winning fugue is maybe 10-15% shorter than the fugues written by some of the sighted students. And again, it's probably because given the limited amount of time, 18 hours, for the complete fugue to be written, that was tight when there were really two processes involved, composition and then transcription. Anyway, you may know the Walt Disney cartoon from the motion picture Fantasia, where Mickey Mouse, as an apprentice, calls into being brooms that are sweeping up and carrying water. And as each one is brought to bear on the task, they begin to get out of control and he can't control it anymore. Well, as these fugue subjects come in, fugue, answer, subject, answer, subject, answer, it's almost as if this complex scene is being brought to life, but Boulay controls it all. She's working with a fugue subject that is influenced by Bach and Handel, probably most likely Bach. For most of the 19th century, Bach was not a big factor at the Paris Conservatory, and most of the fugue subjects were rather like the vocal subjects you would get in an Italian sacred work. But here, this is, if it is vocal at all, it is in the Bach style, and toward the end of the 19th century, this is 1897 after all, Bach became a bigger and bigger factor, especially for organ students and in fugue. All right, let's listen to this marvelous work by the blind student Josephine Boule.